Alright guys, I made up a new batch of my special spice rub. My spice rub number 2. Here's some. And I just cut these spare ribs into some little sections here. So you just got the rib. That's some of that extra little flap meat. You see here's the other little small rack. Kind of like a St. Louis cut. Really, I just cut the rib part out. Over here I have the tip sections. Boom, boom, bam. You see that? You see quite a bit of meat there. I'll cook those separately. So I got the tips, basic, ribs. I got to pull the membranes off of there, get them seasoned up. And over here I got them other tips from before already seasoned up, ready to cook up. Anyway, I'll get these all done up and get them cooking, and we'll have them tomorrow. Well, I'll have some tonight, and tomorrow we'll serve these babies up for my mother's birthday, along with I imagine a whole mess of other stuff. To be honest with you, I haven't even communicated with my brothers and them to see what they have planned, but this is my little portion. I'll cook up some stuff, do a good job, and try to provide her with some good eats, my little part. I'm sure they'll do something. We'll get together and boom, boom, bam. It'll be off the hook. We'll get together, probably watch a little football, talk a little this, that, the other, celebrate the special day for my mother. Anyway, I'll be back with a little more here in a moment. Do the miracle of time and this here pause button. I'll see you in a momento. Guys, as you see here, I trimmed them up into a good shape. I pulled off the membranes pretty nice. You see that? Membranes are off. Trimmed up some of that extra fat. Left a little bit on there just to kind of permeate and render down, help keep that meat moist a little bit to whatever degree it would actually do so. But that, little fat you see there will render out by the time it's done cooking. Now it's time to start sprinkling my spice rub on there. I'll turn it over and kind of trim that side up as well. Then I'll get that seasoned up. Okay, here we go. You see this side is all seasoned up pretty well with that spice rub. Now I'll flip it over and do the other side. Alright, I flipped them over, and as you can see, this side really isn't that bad. A couple little sections of fattiness there, but that would render out. This section right here, there's always that vein of fat that goes through, and there's like a top layer of some meat, and then you get to the meat at the bottom, and in between there is that big old fat layer at that end there. You see how that you got that little meat cap, vein of fat, and then you get back down to that rib meat. Same here. In fact, that meat cap isn't even really there on this side, and this is just nasty fat. I'll just cut that out of there. Then we'll season this up and they'll be ready to rock. I'll do them tips. Well, I'll pull membrane off them flat pieces. And over here I'll pull the membrane off them tips. Trim that fat up. Get it seasoned up, man. We'll get all this stuff a-cooking. When it's done, I'll chop these tips up into smaller little sections. I'll cut these into some rib sections. You know what? I'll get them cooked up and we'll take them over there. And then we'll cut them into some little servable sections. Alright guys, there it is. Seasoned up, trimmed up, ready to roll. These babies is ready for the cooker. You know what I'm saying? Speaking about that cooker, man, it still is not done. I need to get out there and finish welding this little bottom frame up and get the real wheels mounted on that sucker. Heavy duty wheels, casters. Oh man, the season is really flying by and I'm still not done with that. I was really hoping to be doing cooks on it by now, but you know what? It is what it is. You adapt and adjust as you go along, and by golly, it will get done. I just need to get out there, get some favorable weather, in some light, and get the welding on that sucker, get it done. Boom, boom, bam. I got to put it on casters because I really can't afford a trailer right now, man. I don't have the money or the resources to do that, so you do as you must. I'm making a frame, and I'm going to mount those big heavy duty casters on that frame so I can move it around accordingly. but I'm designing it so when I do get a nice little trailer to mount it on, boom, bam, all I gotta do is take those casters off and use the mounting bracket I designed for those and use it to mount to the trailer, and I'm ready to roll, man. I could put other little apparatus on that trailer and have me a mobile cooking station, because I could put this other burner and stuff I have on there, mount some propane, storage, etc., etc. Boy, I'll be out there cooking up a storm. And all my friends and family and people who are just lucky enough to partake, they could come and boom, bam, be chowing down. Speaking of that, you know, anybody who's had my real barbecue, they know. Man, I put it down. If you actually take the time to have the real barbecue I cooked, I've never had any complaints. In recent years, that is. A lot of people think I have an old soul in me, an old pitmaster from the South, living inside of me, because when I cook, boy, it comes out, and they love it. And I'm not talking about that stuff when I show up at other people's cookouts and all of a sudden they just quit manning the grill and expect me to come. And then I get the little complaints and this and that, people trying to rush stuff. Talking about, is it done yet? Is it done? It's been on there for 2 hours. It should be done by now. Blah, blah, blah. You know, obviously they have no idea how to really do it. Anyway, we make do and we always eat good. But anybody who's had my real barbecue that I really put the effort into and they had the finished product, I've never had a complaint. I got people from far away as Florida wanting to come up here just to have my cooking again, willing to pay. You know what I mean? So, if you're patient and you actually get the good stuff, boy, you understand. But I'm going to tell you a little secret. It's not an old soul and it ain't an old pitmaster. It's just from a lot of trial and error and practice over many years, I got me a product that I can turn out. And you know, once you understand the basic concepts of doing barbecue, good barbecue, you understand all the basic mechanics and concepts, etc., etc., you could do good barbecue in anything, man. You could take an old mailbox and turn out some good barbecue if you just use the basic principles and concepts behind it and take the time and effort and patience to do it right, man. It's actually quite simple. You know, just like anything else, you do a little practice and effort, you get good at it. Well, tomorrow we'll be eating some good barbecue. I just really went off on some weirdness, didn't I? That guy Ty is crazy, I'm telling you that. I can't even remember where the hell I was going with all that. I just got on some stuff, man. Anyway, here it is, man. Let me do that other stuff up now. Alright guys, here we go. One step closer to home. That's them tips. Then I cut off them spare ribs. Seasoned up, ready to roll. I did the best I could to get that membrane off the back, but you know, it's kind of tough to get them off this particular cut. So I got the best, I did the best I could. Then I just took my sharp knife and kind of crisscrossed it real good. Put that spice rubbed in there, got it in all them little cracks and crevices. You know, them crisscross cuts on there, that'll break up that membrane so it's not so undesirable when you're eating the meat, if you even notice it. It'll be good. If not, spit it out, man. That shit'll be good though, you know what I'm saying? Alright, time to put this over there with the rest of that stuff. Alright fam, there we go. Check it out, we got a platter of spare ribs. 2 little racks of, small racks of the spare ribs, and let me see, 3 different portions of tips. It should be good. I hope that my brother and them get some ribs and do it up themselves too, so we have plenty, or at least they get something. I'm doing my part, man. As long as I get me a little plate, which I hardly get. Because by the time I'm done, I'm not even really hungry, actually. I just get enjoyment out of other people enjoying the ribs, giving me some accolades here and there. A couple good complaints. Take that to heart and approve upon the stuff they're talking, you know what I'm saying? So, this stuff is about ready to go. And as you see, it's quite dark, wet and rainy out here. You can hardly see anything. Alright, my motion sensor light came out. Look at that, man. I got my cooker. Those are my racks and stuff. My cooker is under a tarp because of the weather. And she's upside down. As you can see, she's standing on its chimney, tarped up. Because I hate it when I do my fresh welding and stuff and then boom, bam, get all rusty and stuff. Long story short, man, I don't feel like going around the back and get my other cooking apparatus and standing out here in the rain, cooking and whatnot. It's all late. So, some of my grilling friends, they about to get mad. I'm still going to be barbecue, kind of, but... Oh, boy. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Cook this baby in the oven, man. I'm going to get it all set up. In the spirit of barbecue, same methods, just without the real smoke and all that kind of stuff. I'll cook it between 225 and 250, low and slow. And I'll, use the same methods. Probably cook it for about 4 or 5 hours or so. I'll foil it up towards the end, unfoil it, let it tighten up. Do some of the little tricks, you know what I mean? Your basic barbecue tricks. I might not do everything I said, but, I'll go according to what the meat's telling me. If it needs to be wrapped up or foiled or whatever. But, yeah, I'll just do it in the oven. And I'll tell you what, if I took it somewhere, they wouldn't know the difference, really. Some people would, but anyway, we're going to have some good ribs tomorrow. As long as I do it low and slow up in here, in the spirit of barbecue, it'll still be done. That guy Ty really just don't feel like doing all that crap outside tonight. So, when I come back, man, you guys will see where we're at.
I can't believe that boy even had the nerve to talk about some barbecue and then bring up an oven. Talking about an oven. My golly, that's just blasphemy. Blasphemy, I tell you. That ain't barbecue. That ain't no real barbecue. Brother talking about a pit master. He gonna break out the oven. Lord have mercy. I hope they enjoy it. That's all I got to say. I hope they like it. Barbecue my big toe. Brother brought up a dang oven.